Here's a question for you. What is shutter speed? You know that sound your camera makes every time you take a photo? Not the beep, this one. That sound is your camera literally capturing light. Here's what I mean. Inside your camera, there's a sensor that's sensitive to light, and that sensor is covered by a little mechanism called a curtain. And every time you take a photo, that curtain flips up to expose the sensor just for a fraction of a second and then closes back down. That's where we get the term exposure from. By now, you've probably noticed how this number changes as you change your shutter speed. And it can go from 125 to 160 to 200, 250. But these are actually fractions. So 125 actually means that the sensor is exposed for 1/125th of a second. Now to our human eyes, that's really fast, but for the camera, not so much. For example, this camera, the Canon 6D, can reach up to 1/4000th of a second, and other cameras can reach up to 1/8000th of a second or even higher. The faster the shutter speed you use, the more you can freeze time, which is perfect for high-speed scenarios like sports. But this will mean you have a darker image. So in order to get a properly exposed image, you're gonna need a lot of light. On the other hand, you can use a slow shutter speed, like 1 second, 2 seconds, 30 seconds, and create some really interesting photos. These are called long exposures and can introduce motion blur into your image. Now this can be used in all sorts of unique and creative ways, but this lets in a lot of light, so you probably wanna grab some filters.